Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a two-player game about battling fairy tales called GrimmoiR. GrimmoiR is a two-player only game where players are taking on the role of a faction of fairy tales, but they're like gothic, crazed out fairy tales. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to use these as fairy tales to take out all your opponent's fairy tale characters to be the last one alive. It's kind of grim, hence the name GrimmoiR, because it's like fairy tales, but they're noir, and it's grim. So it's a fitting name. That's enough talking about it. Let's go to the table. See how it plays. All right, so here is GrimmoiR. It's not quite set up because part of the game is set up. So before I can get started with that, I need to tell you how you can select your characters. So when you're selecting characters, there are, I think, 5 different factions. So I have green and brown. So on what you're allowed to do is you're allowed to take, you have to take a minimum of 4 from one faction, but you can take up through 6 of one faction. So for my example, on my team, I picked 4 green and 2 brown, and that player only picked 6 purple because you're allowed to keep 6 of one color if you want to. So that's one of the rules there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start laying out our people. So I'm first player because I have this card. What I'm going to do is I have to put a person down in the front row, and then the other player has to put 2 down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one down right here, and then the other player gets to put 2 face up. So they will put 1, 2. Then I will put my additional 2 down. So I'll go ahead and put this here and here. Then they will put their 3rd one down, and they're going to do this. And then we put the rest of our cards down like this in the back, so people don't really know what's going on. And you should have a 3x2 grid or 2x3 grid, however you want to say it. All right, then once we've got it all set out, then we will flip our cards. And now we have set up the game. Sort of. We still need to get some coins and maybe some action tokens if we need some stuff. All right, so this one needs a book because it has a book icon on it. This one needs a book. This one needs a book. This one needs a pen. That one needs a book. And this one needs a book. All right, let me see how many coins the first player gets, just so I know. I don't know. I don't know. I played this game so many times, but I can't remember. I think the first player gets 4 coins and the second player gets 5. That sounds right to me. Yes, first player takes 4 gold, second player gets 5. So since I'm first player, I'll take 4 gold, and then this player will take 5. All right, so now we're going to play. So on our turn, we have a couple options. We can attack, we can use a special ability of a character, or we can move. Attacking, if the character is standing straight up, costs 1 coin. If they're exhausted, meaning I use their special ability, it will cost 2 coins to attack. Once both players are out of coins, the round ends, first player marker swaps over, and then we'll keep playing until somebody's dead. So I'm going to play through a couple rounds, so I think you'll get the gist after that, but I just wanted to let you kind of see how the game works. So I'm going to go first. So first thing I want to do is I probably need to explain some symbols. So this is melee. Melee can only attack the person right in front of them. This is magic. Magic can attack anybody on this team. This is range. Range can attack either player in the same column. So, melee has to be in the front row in order for them to work. All right, so I'm going to attack with Huntsman. that cost me 1 coin. Huntsman has an ability. He is going to, so I'm going to shoot with him. When Huntsman attacks a character who does not have any wounds, increase Huntsman attack ability by 1. So nobody over there has wounds. So now he's going to get stronger, and I'm going to attack this one because it's 10. So let's get something. When Tin Woodman made an attack, okay, he's not getting attacked. So I hit him for 2 because my attack is 2. So they get 2 wounds, and that's my turn. I'm not 100% sure if you're supposed to attack. Yes, you are supposed to tap or exhaust when you use your action. So that's this player's turn. Let's see. What's Sleeping Beauty do? If you remove any wound from this character, you can remove 1 more. Oh, that's cool. But I'm going to actually attack with her. So I'm going to attack with Sleeping Beauty for 1 coin because she's not exhausted. She's a 2 attack and she can hit anybody in this row. And she's going to hit Fox for 2 because Fox is 6 and that will kill him pretty easy. All right, that's my turn again. All right, I'm actually going to do this. So I'm going to attack with the Fox. And I'm also going to use his ability because I'm allowed. So when Fox made an attack, you can close the book to remove up to 2 wounds from the character. So I'm removing 2 wounds, paying a coin. And I will tap this one, and I'm going to attack the Woodman again for 3. So just try and take him out. All right, their turn. What's Snow White do? When Snow White made an attack, you can close the book to deal 1 magic damage to each opponent's character. Whoa. All right, let's do that. So they're going to do that. They're going to close the book. So she's going to deal 1 damage to everybody over here because that's her special ability, which is pretty wicked cool. All right, so we'll do this, and this. That was terrible. All right, so now it's my turn again. We're almost done with the round. Oh, I didn't pay for that one. I did pay for that one. Dang. Why do I only have 1 coin left? Oh, I paid with one of my coins over there. Whoops. All right, so I have 2 coins left. At least 1. Okay, so I'm going to attack with Dorothy. Nope, not going to attack with Dorothy. Choose one of your exhausted characters. This character can perform attack with a... Ooh. Alright, so I'm actually going to use the special ability on the dwarf. So I close his book. That just signifies that I used the ability. I exhaust him. I choose one of my exhausted characters. This character performs an attack without paying the cost. So I will use the Fox. And when he makes an attack... Oh, okay. So he's going to attack for 3. I'm going to hit this guy for 3. Tin Woodman. So he now has 8. That's pretty rough right there. That is rough. All right, so that was that. Now it's the other player's turn. What's the fairy godmother do? Let's check her out. The art on this game is amazing. Like, look at this card, which I'll talk about more in the final thoughts, but it's cool. When the fairy godmother made an attack, you can close this book to ready the card, which is pretty neat. So let's do that. So she's going to attack for 1. And I will close the book so she doesn't have to exhaust. She can hit anybody that she wants, and she's going to hit the swineherd for 2 magical damage, which doesn't matter because he has a power against melee. All right, so now it's my turn again. I'm going to attack with this guy. He's going to go after her. He's going to hit her for the Snow White for 3. And she only has 5 damage, which is, or 5 health, which is rough. Then it's this player's turn. What's the Tin Soldier do? Instead of exhausting the character after an attack, you can book and place 1 wound on one of your character. Ooh, that's cool. All right, let's do that. So I'm going to do this. I will book. So he's not going to get exhausted, but I'll put a wound on the Tin Woodman. We'll just let him be the tank. And then he's going to shoot the Tin Woodman. Can shoot either of these. He's going to hit the little match girl for 2. So she now has 3. And that cost a coin, which was really nice. All right. Let's see. I have 1 coin left. I still have Dorothy. So let's use Dorothy. So Dorothy is going to attack. When Dorothy attacks a character with at least 1 wound, increase Dorothy's attack value by 1. So she is attacking here. So that person has a wound. So she now has a 3. So they have a wound. Oh, they get hit twice. So they're not quite dead. I don't know. That might actually happen right now. So I think they are dead. So Snow White is dead. If that happens during the attack, it might happen after, so I might have done that wrong. But either way, she either takes 2 or 3. If she takes 3, she's dead. If not, she's alive. So in this case, she would be dead. She comes out. Now there's a couple rules here that happen once a character dies. Any character that's in the back row has to automatically move up. You're also allowed to move on your turn, which means you can swap some people around, but that costs a coin, and it seems silly unless someone dies, so I don't recommend that, but you can. And then if a player's middle row is ever empty, the cards in the left or the right slide over, so there's not an empty middle row. So they're done. I'm done. I've used all my coins. They have 1 coin left. They're going to attack with Cinderella. What's Cinderella do? When Cinderella receives magic damage, place 2 wounds on the attacker. All right, so it doesn't bother attacking. So she will attack the swineherd for 2, and that will give him 5 damage. And that will be the end of the round. All right, so that's the end of the round. At the end of the round, the first player marker switches. Everything readies again. And everybody gets 5 coins now instead of 4 and 5. It's just that first turn where second player gets 5. So we do all that. We unexhaust or untap, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this has a pin ability. So pin abilities are going to make characters better throughout the game. So let me tell you how that works. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a pin token off, and it says at the end of the round, put 1 on this card. So I put 1 on. Little Match Girl's strength is increased by 1 for each pin. So she's now a 3 instead of a 2. So we're going to keep going like this until one player has defeated the other player's characters, and last one alive is the winner. That's GrimmoiR. Let's go up to the top. See what we think about it. All right, well, that was GrimmoiR. I gotta say, the thing that I like best about this game is the art. So let me show you some of the cards because I think the art is fantastic. So here's Mr. Mole. It's just this cool, like, fairy tale and grim looking art. The Bad Stepmother. The Wizard of Oz has never looked so creepy. It's just really cool, like, I don't know, trash polka-y looking art. You like that tattoo term I threw in there? And the gameplay is pretty straightforward. You have 2 lines of cards. It's kind of, there are a lot of games that do this kind of thing, but this one's a little different because you can either just attack and pay money, or you can use the ability and not attack, meaning you can use the card, without having to spend any money. It's interesting. It's not my favorite type of mechanism in the world, but for what this game is, though, I think it does it very well, and it's nice to look at. It's easy to teach. The rule book is clear. Spending money to take actions is nice. The first player marker moving back and forth between rounds is really nice. Yeah, so I've played. There's a couple other games on our channel that do kind of the same thing, but I think this one does it better. And I mean, this one's way better to look at. That's for sure. It has really nice art. So if you're a fan of the 2-player games where you're going head to head with another person, kind of like Hera and Zeus or Tigo style, where you're, trying to figure out what's going on their side to eliminate, then this is a game you should probably check out. And if nothing else, you can just have these really cool cards. So that's a +2. So that was GrimmoiR. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.